What's up, badass Black Desert Mobile fans? This video we're going to be covering the Titan and the Destroyer comparison. I do have them both side by side so you guys can get a comparison, and I do go through each skill. The Destroyer class does use a Buster, Gantre, and a Cannonball as its main and offhand weapon, and the Titan uses the same axe and ornamental knot that it used previously. If this is your first time to my channel, you are missing out. Make sure you check out the description down below for some additional badass Black Desert Mobile content. You won't be disappointed. Before we get into each skill, let's look at a little bit of an overview for each class. The Titan's rocking 6 super armors out of its 9 skills, so 6 out of 9 of the skills are super armor, has 3 bounds, 2 knockbacks, 2 dazes, 3 bleeds equaling 660 damage, 1 passive heal which totals 270 HP heal, and 1 badass spin to win skill. The Destroyer class has 4 super armors, 1 invincibility, only 1 knockback. However, it has 8 knockdowns and or knockups. 8 in total. It also has 3 stuns and 1 bound. If you notice, the Titan didn't have any stuns or knockdowns or knockups. Only 2 knockbacks. It did have 3 bounds and 2 dazes though. The Destroyer class also has a bleed, but it does more damage at 720 damage, and its heal does 480 heal instead of the 270. So that's both class comparisons. I will show you guys that again at the end. Before we get into the skills, I do want to give a shout out to Esquarido for helping me get the Titan clips for this video. With that being said, let's dive right in. The first skill for the Destroyer is Destroy Step. It comes with 2 charges on a 5-second cooldown time. It does 490% damage. It does have up to 2 attacks equaling 980 total damage. It does have a knockdown on the last successful hit. For its sub-skills, it increases your crit damage by 5% for 10 seconds and your defensive power by plus 20 for 10 seconds. The second skill for the Destroyer is called Bang. It comes with 2 charges on a 7-second cooldown time. It does 250% damage per hit. It does stun on first successful hit. It does have a maximum of 8 hits, which is totaling 2000% total damage. It also has a knock-up on the last successful hit. You get super armor while casting. It burns the target for 60 damage every second for 3 seconds, which is a total of 180 damage. It also heals you for 60 HP per hit, which is 480 heals. Some of these skill translations might not be 100% accurate. I believe this skill translation is called Rough Earth. It comes with 1 charge on a 5-second cooldown time. It does 420% damage with a maximum of 5 hits, which is 2100% damage. It does have a knockdown on successful hit. It attracts monsters is what it says, so I believe when you use this skill, mobs actually attract towards you if you don't kill them. For the sub-skills, it decreases the target's movement speed by 5% for 10 seconds. The second sub-skill is it adds 1 additional target, and then the third one is 10% increased on range. The next skill is called Turntable. Comes with 2 charges on a 5-second cooldown time. It does 257% damage times 4, which is 1028% damage. It does have a knock up on successful hit, and for its sub-skills, it has a negative 5% movement speed on the target for 10 seconds. The next skill was translated to Framing Slam, I believe. Comes with 1 charge on an 8-second cooldown time. It does 276% damage. It does have 5 hits, which is 1380% total damage. It does have super armor while using. You do have a bound on the first hit and a knock up on the last hit if you successfully hit the target. The sub-skills is 60 damage per second for 3 seconds, which is 180 damage. You do increase your DP by plus 20 for 10 seconds. The next skill translation cannot be accurate, but it's what I got. Firing. It uses 20 MP per use. You get 1 charge with a 4-second cooldown time. It does 750% damage. You get invincibility while using. It does have a stun on successful hit. For its sub-skills, it burns 60 damage every second for 3 seconds. And for its second sub-skill, it has negative 5 MP reduction, taking it from 20 MP to 15 MP. Explosion comes with 2 charges on an 8-second cooldown time. It does 430% damage times 2, which is 860% damage. You do get super armor while using this skill. It does have a knockdown on successful hit as well. For its sub-skills, it increases your attack power by plus 20 for 10 seconds. And if you hold the skill button in, you do get an additional attack that does the same damage as the first attack, plus an additional 150% damage. Burst Flare comes with 2 charges with 10 seconds cooldown time. It does 780% damage. Imagine that. It has a knockback on successful hit. For its sub-skills, it has negative 20 DP on target for 10 seconds, and it also burns them for 60 damage every second for 3 seconds, which is 180 total damage. Instantaneous Bombardment comes with 1 charge on a 7-second cooldown time, does 910% damage times 2, which is 1820% total damage. You get super armor while using this skill. It has a knock-up on successful hit. For its sub-skills, it hits 1 additional target. It does also have 2-second cooldown time reduction, taking it from 7 seconds to 5 seconds, and it also reduces the target's DP by negative 20 for 10 seconds. The Destroyer's ultimate comes with 1 charge on a 7-second cooldown time. It has a stun on a successful first hit, a knockdown on last successful hit. It does 470% damage times 4, which is 1908% damage. If you hold the skill in, you get an additional 150% skill damage, and you get an additional knockdown skill effect. The heal / enrage for the Destroyer comes with 100 HP heal every 2 seconds for 10 seconds, which is 500 total HP healed. It does also increase your AP by 50 for 30 seconds. For its sub-skills, it gives you 2% Black Spear rage damage increase for 30 seconds and 10% crit hit damage for 30 seconds. The Titan uses the same as pre-Ascension, the Axe and the Ornamental Knot. For its first skill, Frenzied Destroyer, it comes with 2 charges on a 6-second cooldown time. It does 390% damage per hit with a maximum of 4 hits, which is 1560% total damage. If you hold the skill button in, it does perform an additional attack. It inflicts daze on the first hit, knockdown on the last hit. For its sub-skills, you have a 10% increased range, plus 20 AP increase for 10 seconds, and it inflicts a bleed of 60 damage per second for every second for 3 seconds. The Titan's second skill is arguably the strongest skill in the game. It comes with 2 charges on a 7-second cooldown time. It does 362% damage per hit with a maximum of 9 hits, which is 3258% damage to 1 target. It has super armor while using the skill, and inflicts knockback on last hit. For its sub-skills, it increases range by 10%. It also is the heal, so it heals you 30 HP every hit. At 9 hits, that's 270 HP healed, and it increases your AP by plus 20 for 10 seconds. Beastly Wind Slash just sounds like a badass skill, coming with 1 charge on a 7-second cooldown time. Does 660% damage per hit with a maximum of 2 attacks, which is 1320% damage. You get super armor while using the skill. It inflicts bound on hit. For its sub-skills, it has a bleed of 60 damage every second for 3 seconds. If you hold the skill button in, you do get an additional attack that does the same damage as Beastly Wind Slash. You do get super armor while using this additional skill, and it also inflicts bound on hit. Earth Shatter comes with 2 charges on a 7-second cooldown time, doing 382% damage times 2 per attack, which is 764% damage. At 2 attacks, that's 1528% total damage. For its sub-skills, it reduces the target's movement speed by negative 5% for 10 seconds. You do also add 1 additional target. If you hold the skill button in for an additional attack, it deals the same damage as the original skill, plus it inflicts a knockback on successful hit. Falling Rock for the Titan comes with 1 charge. It does use MP at 20 per. Comes with a 6-second cooldown time. Does 240% damage per hit with 4 hits, which is 960% total damage. You do get super armor while using the skill, and daze on successful hit. For its sub-skills, it grants 1 extra hit, taking its damage from 960% damage to 1200% damage with that sub-skill. You do get plus 20 DP increase for 10 seconds, and it has a negative 20 AP decrease on the target for 10 seconds. Storming Beast gives you 2 charges on a 7-second cooldown time. It does 470% damage per hit with a maximum of 3 attacks, which is 1410% max damage on that skill. For For its sub-skills, it does negative 20 DP on target for 10 seconds, negative 5% target movement speed for 10 seconds, and you get a 10% increased range on that skill. Titans lay the smackdown with the next skill, coming with one charge on an 18-second cooldown time, so it is a bit lengthy. You do get 250% damage per hit with a maximum of 3 attacks, which is 750% max damage. You get super armor while using the skill. It does inflict bound on hit. If you hold the skill button in, you do get an additional attack. For its sub-skills, it reduces the target's DP by negative 20 for 10 seconds. The second sub-skills, it reduces the cooldown time on the skill, taking it from 18 seconds to 15 seconds. And then its third sub-skill is it does a bleed of 60 damage every second for 3 seconds. Lava Piercer is the charge for the Titans, has a lot of range, gets you to close that gap quick, comes with one charge on a 10-second cooldown time, does 272% damage per hit, so it doesn't hit very hard, but it closes that gap again. You get super armor while using the skill. For its sub-skills, it increases your defensive power by plus 50 for 10 seconds, and it burns the target for 100 damage every second for 3 seconds, which is 300 damage. Fearsome Tyrant is the ultimate for the Titan. Comes with one charge on a 9-second cooldown time. Does 381% damage per hit with a maximum of 5 hits, which is 1,905% total damage. You get super armor while using this skill. It inflicts a bound, and it pulls the enemies closer towards you. For its sub-skills, it increases your DP by plus 20 for 10 seconds, and it reduces their attack speed by negative 5% on target for 10 seconds. And for its third sub-skill, it adds one additional target. The Heal, Slash, and Rage for the Titan comes with 100 HP every 2 seconds for 10 seconds, which is 500 HP healed. It does increase your attack by plus 50 for 30 seconds. It reduces your evasion cooldown by 2 seconds. For its sub-skills, it increases your crit hit damage by 10% for 30 seconds, and your Black Spirit Rage by 2% for 30 seconds. Here's the comparison again for you guys for the Titan and the Destroyer. As you can see, the Titan has a lot more super armor, so he's going to be a lot harder to knock down. However, he comes with limited knockdowns and stuns. However, the Destroyer comes with a plethora of knockdowns and stuns. He's definitely going to be better for PvP. However, the Titan does have that spin to win skill, which is super OP for PvE. That's everything for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you're new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. With that being said, I will see you next time.